Hi guys, and happy Friday. Today is May 14th and I am not really sure if I'm going to get a video in tomorrow on the weekend. I took today off. Tomorrow Deidre graduates from college, so even though it's virtual, I kind of want to have a whole day just to spend with her and do stuff with her. So I'm going to show you this card today. I'm going to bring it up a little closer to you. This is using one of the new sets from the new annual catalog. It's called Hand Penned Petals, and it comes as a bundle. And of course, there's designer paper, all that good stuff. It's photopolymer, and a lot of the stamps are gone because we're going to be using them today. But there's also 14 dies in this set, and it's a fabulous set. Now, it's an artistic set, so even though it's a two-step stamper, it's not an exact inside the lines, as you can see. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we're going to do this really quick. All right, so our base is the soft succulent, and of course that's 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Then we have a layer of evening evergreen, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. And then we have pale papaya, which is one of my favorite new colors. Oh, I love this color. All right, and this is 3 3/4 by 5. So that's going to be our layer. Then you're also going to use a scrap of white. So I have that right here. I have a couple. All right. And since it's a photopolymer set, you're going to want to bring out your piercing mat. And mine is horrendous. I need to change the little typing paper, my overlay. See, I just tape it down on there. But anyway, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to sit down now. We're going to do 2 different images, and we're going to stamp these in the memento. We could stamp these in the evening evergreen if you wanted, but I'm not going to, just because I'm not sure if I'm going to watercolor or not. I don't think I will today. If you're using your blends, you wouldn't want to use evening evergreen just because it would bleed. So let me go ahead and I'm going to stamp that down. Now we're going to cut it out with a die later. And it's not a real solid look. That's what a lot of people think. They think they haven't got a good image, but it's not going to be solid line. It's like I said, it's that artistic look. Oh, I got stuff on me. Look at that already. Not even a minute in. All right, maybe we are a minute in. And then I'm going to do this one this way because I'm not sure how close that die is going to cut. So we should be okay with that. Okay. So those are going to be the 2 parts of the card that we color in. Now, where you don't really color in, you have all of these. And let me make sure I'm still in frame. I forget about this with the new camera, that I get out of frame easily. So we're going to be using all of the new in colors except for the evening evergreen. So we're going to be using the pale papaya, polished pink, fresh freesia, soft succulent, and we're going to be using them either as a 1st generation or a 2nd generation. Okay, I have the inside leaves, so we're going to do all the leaves first. All right, so I'm going to use this succulent for this, and I have them mounted on either side of a block. So the big leaves, I think we're going to do at full strength. So I'm just going to go through. Sorry, I don't want to get my head in there. So I'm going to go through and do all of the leaves, the big leaves. Now, like I said, you can go either way. Neither way is right or wrong. See, this one I'll turn this way, and you'll see that they pretty much match up, give a little bit of that colored look. If you want to do it a 2nd time, 2nd generation, to have a little bit of a light background, you can. Let me do that. Take it off a couple times again. And there you are. So there's the leaves. Now I'm going to go with the smaller leaf. The smaller leaf, I'm automatically going to take off a little color. I like this one to be a little more muted looking. And this is why you want to mount them on the up sides too. So if you happen to go in like that, you're not worrying about getting the other stamp on there. Now this one is actually a stamp. I think I'm going to do this as the lighter, but we'll see if I decide to make it darker. It's really hard when you're not looking over. And I think I want to do just a couple of, no, I'm just going to go over again. There we go. All right. So, oh, I left one leaf right there. You see that one? Let me go ahead and get that one real quick. All right. So now we're going to go ahead. Let's use the fresh freesia. I'm going to do that as my main flower, I think, the big flower. You know, I'm going to stand up. That way I know I'm not getting in. There you go. And it's a distinctive stamp. So as you can see, there's different levels of etching. So it comes out as that etched look. All right. So, and I think I'm going to do this one over here. Like I said, it's not meant to line up. There we go. And now I'm going to go in and do my polished pink. That's going to be the smaller one. Make sure. And that's for this size here. Let's see. All right, and now I'm going to take this bigger one, that's this. Make sure I don't have any of that from last color left on. Okay. And now we're going to come in with Pale Papaya. And this is going to, oh, just got more ink on me. Let me rub that off really quick. Now this one I'm going to do it full strength. Because it's a much lighter color. So it's not going to look really dark in comparison. Now some people were asking about that. You know, that's part of the stem. So what I would do is, on that, I'm just going to bring out and again, it's very artistic. So just so it's not going to, you know, detract from it. And you know what? I think I want to do those leaves even darker. That way there's some contrast. There we go. All right. Now we are going to, let me get all of these out of the way. I need to put them over here so I'll remember to clean them later. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. All right. So now we're going to use, this is for that one, and this is for that one. Now I'm going to come out one at a time. Only because if I lay it down and let's look at it. Oh, they're not going to touch. because you don't ever want it that if they touch, that you send them through at the same time, because you could end up ruining your die. So look, they're not going to touch. I'm going to take a little painter's tape. That I've taken a lot of the tack off. And here is some washi tape from my last paper pumpkin that I did. Let me put that over there. All right. That's going to move a little bit there. I think I need to put it on here. Let me go like this. Oh, see, that's why, because it is touching. All right, so I'm going to do it one at a time. I don't want to risk ruining my die. So let me go ahead. Since this is a die, you're going to use your plate 1. They say you're supposed to use your plate 2. Sometimes I have it in, sometimes I don't. We're going to see what it's like without it. And if it doesn't seem like it cuts through, oh, yep, see, we do need it in there. Let me grab my plate 2. All right, there we go. Run it through. This is why you want to make sure you use a washi tape or a blue painter's tape that has a lot of the tack off, because you don't want to rip your card. So there we go. Oh, I could have lined it up a little bit better, but it works. So let's bring this back through. Get that all lined up. Let me figure out where those leaves are. Oh, let me get the right die. How about that? All right. So that's looking really good there. I'm going to put one down there. And my other one there. Put this over the top. And we'll run it through. Oh, I'm so sorry. My camera's moving so much. One of these days now, I'm off, like I said, for Deidre's graduation. I thought about rearranging my craft room, because now it's also my work from home office. But I just don't have, I'd rather craft than clean. Okay, so then there's that one cut out. Beautiful. Let me go ahead, close this up for now. We're going to use it again in a second. But let's put these over here to the side. Now we're going to bring through this. This is the Pale Papaya. Remember, this is a 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to use the new embossing folder. This is another standard folder. It's the thinner one. So you are going to use it with just your regular cutting pads, but you're going to take 2 out. You're not going to leave 2 in there. Okay. And the nice thing about these folders, and let me bring this back in so you can see, they fit through either way. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to highlight that hello. So I'm going to be running it through twice. So I'm doing the hello right about there. I'm going to line up, make sure it looks good. So I have the one plate down, put the second plate on, make sure it hasn't moved, run that through. Okay. And then, so there's my hello there. And then I'm going to finish up with the rest of it. So let's go right about there. See if I've lined it up. Again, we're going to put it in. Something fell off my desk. And my, oh, it was a stamp. I'll have to get that before the dog gets to it. Okay. And now we have that. All right, so let's go ahead and put this card all together. Again, if I'm off on some of the, off screen on some of it, I apologize. It's just the nature of getting used to a new camera and trying to get everything onto one. All right, so what we're going to do is when you've run an embossing folder through, you usually don't want to use, I personally don't use your stamp and seal, just because I feel like you might press down some of the impressions. Plus the glue goes into the grooves. So I really feel like it's your best tool to use for adhesive. All right. Oh, and look what I forgot to do before I put it down. Anyway, okay, so let me get into my little drawer here. On the example, I actually used the Pale Papaya blending brush to highlight the word hello. This time, I think I'm going to use the Fresh Freesia. Now, if you want to be more precise, you would use your dauber, your finger daubers, because you have more control where the ink goes. I don't mind the look. So I'm going to tap a little off, and I'm going to lightly go over that hello. All right. As you can see, I'm building it up slowly. I don't want it to be really, really obnoxious. I'm going to build it up slowly first by doing the circles. And then when I have a nice little looking background, then I'm going to go straight over, back and forth. And the blending brushes give you a nice little faint look. The daubers, of course, are going to give you a more, it's going to be a little more obvious. It's going to be more concentrated. So let's go ahead. I think I'm fine with that. Oh no. Now you're going to hear my answering machine go off. All right. Anyway, the joys of doing this later in the day. All right. So then I have these two, and I like layering these on top of one another to make one overall flower. So I'm going to position it where I think I want it to go. Right there. Remove that. Come back with the glue. Sun is so bright I can't tell if the glue was coming out or not. Alright, so I had that right around the U. Again, the glue works better than the adhesives for this because we're putting on top of that folder. And so, you know, it kind of goes into all the grooves and makes a good lasting hold. Hold it a while. All right, then we're going to go ahead and put this onto our cardstock, onto our base. Hold it for a second. Now on my first example, I used, let's see, I used the In Color Jewels. For this one though, I think I want to work with, not my glitter gems. I think I'm going to do the genial gems. All right. All right. Let me see. Where's my take your pick tool? Let me go over here. Let me grab one and put there. Grab another, put there. Grab another. And put there. Put that off to the side. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. Have a great day and a great Friday. We'll talk to you soon.